Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to our YouTube channel and welcome to this video. This is John from ProgrammingKnowledge and this is part 9 of our video tutorial series on how to create an e-commerce website using React.js. And in this video, we're going to add more features to our e-commerce website. And of course, this is a custom e-commerce website and we're going to be adding a lot of features. So for example, I see that the Amazon website has this menus right after the header. So in this video, we're going to add that. This links right here. We could add that here in our Amazon clone for like an e-commerce website. So we're going to add links here just below the header section of our app or our website. So in order for us to do that, we could add the links. Maybe we will be just using the header component right here, and just below the nav. Or you know what, we could create a new file for our nav links. So what we could do is add a new file right here, and we're going to name it as nav links. There you go, navlinks.js. And of course, we're going to add another file, which is the navlinks.css. There you go. Now, what we could do here is add the component that will hold all these links right here. So we have a semi-black background, and we can just copy this color right here, or the background color itself. So what we could do is add a functional component right here. So that will be function and then nav links, open and close parentheses, and open and close curly braces. And then of course we need to import React because we're going to be using JSX here, and this should return a set of elements. So for example, let's just add h1 for now. And of course we need to import the CSS file, so that will be navlinks.css. there you go. And inside the h1, let's say for example navlinks for now. So save, and inside our app.js, we're going to right after the header part, we're going to import the navlinks. We're going to be adding the navlinks right here. So I think we need to export this. So export default, and then of course navlinks. There you go. And inside our app.js, we're going to be using that export. So navlinks, open single component tag navlinks, and then we can save this. And let's try to check our application. So navlinks is not defined. That's because we need to import this. Import navlinks from, and this will be from navlinks, of course. Save, and we should be getting this particular output right here. As you can see, navlinks. Now, what we will try to do is try to copy the color of this particular element right here, coming from the Amazon website. So we could just select this particular element, for example this, so main nav, and we should be able to get the background of this. So the background is this. Okay, so what we could do here in our nav links, we can add a div, and this should be of class name navlinks. There you go. And the navlinks will be will have this particular color. Okay. Copy that and paste it here. Save, and for example test. Save, and let's try to preview our app. So we're getting this particular output right here. but let's try to check if we could get the height. So 39px, so that will be height is 39 pixels. So save, and there you go. And of course we need to change the color of the text, like for example white. Okay, so test, and of course inside our nav links we will create another element, or add another element that will try to position our elements or links. Okay, so for example we have this just below the search icon that we have, or search bar that we have. So for example, okay, so what we could do is name this div, or add name to this div. So this will be nav links underscore underscore outer, and the outer link or element will be with we're gonna be adding a position to this, or yeah, we could add the width. So for example width, we could change it into, for example, 70% of the width of our screen. And of course we can add margin auto to this. There you go. And as you can see, it moves our text right here. Okay, now what we could do also, okay, so what we could do is add padding to this, padding to our nav links. So padding, and then perhaps 5 pixels will be enough. Okay, so, or maybe 6. Let's make it 6. There you go. And then of course this should be link, right? So let's try this. Link. Okay, and we should place the test bird inside the link component. So save, and we're getting this particular output right here. Now if you try to inspect this and see the output for this particular component, so as you can see here, we have nav links underscore underscore outer, and then we're getting the A, or the what do you call this, link tag. Now what we could do is target that link tag. So it will be nav links, and then outer outer, and then of course the link component. And what we could do is try to change the color into something white, white smoke, and text decoration is none, and cursor will be pointer. So save that, and there you go, we're getting this particular output. And of course what we could do is take this further by adding a hover effect to this, and we can say that the border of this link will be white. So that will be border, and then 1px solid, and then for example white. Save that, and let's go back to our app. Okay, what we could do now is add padding to this, 5px. Okay, and we could change the border radius. So border radius will be, for example, 4 pixels, to have that like rectangular with curved edges, not the straight edges, as you can see here, just like what we have in the real Amazon website. So also we could add a margin to this. So margin top will be 5 pixels. Okay, there you go. we could add that here. So margin top will be 5 pixels. No, not like that. Let's just add this from here. So margin top will be 10 px. Okay. Okay. So notice that the real Amazon website has this like space between, or space before and after the link. So what we could do is try to copy that. Okay. So margin top, that will be what we could do here is add another div to hold our links. Okay, so div, and then let's give this a name, footer. It's not footer, we're not on the footer area, so it should be nav links, right? So nav links, inside here we're going to add another div, and this will be okay. So that's why we're not getting the output. Let's try this once again. Save, and now nav links outer, class name. Okay, so add another div, and this will be class name equals nav links underscore inner. Okay, and then we could paste this link inside here and add margin to that. So that will be nav links, instead of outer it should be inner, open and close curly braces, and we can add here the margin top, for example 10 pixels. Let's try that, and it's too much, 5. Okay, there you go. A bit better than before. Okay, and what we could do also is add the border to our default link, and then let's say the color of this is like that. Okay, so like we have a fixed position for our text. So for example, we're going to copy the link or the text right here. So for example, today's deals. Okay, let's just have this for now, and later on we could add the functionality to sign in and sign up into our application or e-commerce website. So let's just copy and paste this, and what we could do is change the link or the text of the link into customer service, for example, and gift cards, and this will be registry and sell. So again, we're gonna be adding a lot of features to our application, and if you want to like follow our video tutorial, you can do so, and maybe we can add margin to the right of our link. So that will be margin right, let's say 10 pixels. Save. Okay, so it should be the same with our background. There you go. So like that, and maybe reduce the margin like 3 or 3. Okay, so there you go. now we have this links just below our header component. Now, as I've said, we can try to work with our login or sign up feature. So in here, we could specify the email and then password, and then right after that, we could click on sign in, and then we can try to track the login user right after that. But the user has also the option if he will specify the email here and of course the password, and then he can create the account right inside our application or e-commerce website. So what we could do is work with this login component. As you can see here, we have the login component, login.js, right? So in here, we're going to be adding a lot of logic, especially for logging into our system. And basically, from the previous tutorial, we have worked with the data layer, and of course, we can use that data layer inside this particular component, login.js. And of course, this time, instead of the basket, we could try to track the user that has been logged into our system. So what we could do now is go back to our reducer.js. And currently, we're just tracking the basket or the items inside our basket. Now, what we could add here is another state, and this will be logged in user. Okay, and we will be setting this to null. So this is the initial state of our logged in user. So of course, if the user once our application starts, then we will be the state of the login user will be null. Now, inside our reducer constant, as you can see here, we could add another case right here. So this will be case set login. Okay, and then right after that, if we receive this particular set login action, we're gonna be returning the user state. So that will be whatever our state, and then we're going to change the login user. So that will be logged in user, and then of course action and the user that has been added to the action. So we could try this, and this will make sense later on if we are in our login.js component. So save our reducer first, and let's try to open up our login.js, and inside here we're gonna be adding the login function that every time we click on this particular sign in, we're going to call the sign in with email and password of the Firebase database. So that will be inside our login login button. Then what we could do here is call a function. So we could add here on click, and then we could name this as login user. So of course it's going to complain. That's because we need to add this particular constant function right here just before returning any element or returning any GSX. So that will be const login user, and then equals event equals curly braces. There you go. And we're going to prevent the default behavior of our submit button. So that will be event.prevent default. Okay. What we could do is use the auth that we are getting from our Firebase file, As you can see here, let's just check that. So we have here the auth constant, so we could use that. So what we could do is import and then the auth from Firebase. There we go. And then in here, what we could do is use that particular component and then call the sign in with email and password. Okay, and then we need to specify here the email and the password. So email and password. Okay, and of course we need to have a state right here, so we're going to be adding here the state email and then set email. Yeah, or maybe we could use like user email and set user email equals use state. There we go. And then we could do the same for our password. So user password and then set user password, just like that. And of course we're going to be using use state here. And of course we need to import this from React, so that will be use state. Okay, and inside our login function we're going to add the then keyword, and then of course whatever the result of this sign in with email and password, and then arrow function, and then curly braces, and of course we're going to redirect to the home page if the sign in with email and password is successful. Okay, so if something happens with our logic right here, what we could do is add an alert. So alert and then e.message. Okay, so here we could also add the history. That's because we need to import that coming from our React router DOM. So that will be const history and then equals use history. Okay, so this is coming from our React router DOM. So history and use history. And I think what we could do is try to test this for now. By the way, we need to like add the event handler for if our user tries to type in the email and password. So the value of this will be the user email. So user and then email and then on change will be event equals and then set user email, and we're going to get the event that target that value. Okay, and then the type is email. Okay, and we will do the same for our password. So the value of this will be user password, and then the event is on change equal curly braces, much the same with our email. So that will be set user password, and then we're going to get the event and then target and then the value of that particular target element. Okay, so I think that's it, and let's just try this. Save our file login.js, and email and password not defined. Okay, So that's because we need to specify here the user email, and this is user password. Save and refresh our page. And in here, what we could do is type in our email. So for example, testuser1@gmail.com, and then the password will be 12131415, and then sign in. And there is no user record corresponding to this identifier. The user may have been deleted. So this is a response coming from our database, Firebase database to be exact. And if you try to visit our project in Firebase, okay, so if we go to authentication, and in here we don't have any users yet. So what we could do is add also the sign up for our application. So every time the user clicks on the sign up, then it will create a user right here in our Firebase database. So that will be we will be creating another on click event right here. So on click, this will be for the sign up, right? So this will be a sign up user, and of course we need to define that function. So cons, and then sign up user plus event, and then open and close curly braces. And in here, what we could do is try to prevent the default behavior of the button, and we can use the auth component coming from our Firebase object. So create user with email and password. So we're gonna be adding a user using the email and their password. So of course we need to specify the user user email, there you go, and of course the user password right here, there we go. And right here we could add the then block. So what we could do is use the auth, and then open curly braces, open and close curly braces, and of course we can try to redirect to the home page of our app. So that will be /, and in here we're gonna add the catch statement just like this. You could copy and paste this, okay, and then save. And yeah, I think that's it. And of course we can try to preview this. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that will be test 1. This is just to test the user component, or I mean the user sign up component. So test12@gmail.com, and then we're gonna add a password, for example 121 again 12131415. Okay, and then create your Amazon account, and let's see, there you go. So it redirected us to the home page of our application, and we should be able to if the sign up is successful, then we should be able to have the user right here. Okay, so test12@gmail.com, and we now have a new user with this particular email that we have used to sign up inside our application. So for now, for example, we want to log into our system. As you can see, we can redirect to log in to homepage without problems, because we're not restricting currently the user movement or the user pages. So we need to do that in the next video tutorial. So for now, let's try to log in by using this particular email. So test12@gmail.com, and of course the password that we have specified earlier to sign up, and then click on sign in. If we are getting this particular page, then it means that we have successfully created a user and we can successfully log into our system by using that particular combination of email and password. So I think that's all there is to it in this video, guys, and that's a lot to take in, I know, but if as you go along with this tutorial, you will learn that it is not that easy, it is not that hard to learn this particular component of our e-commerce website. So again, if you have questions regarding our video tutorial, you can ask questions in the comment section below. And of course, we are adding the link to the GitHub, the source of this particular project, so you can check on that. Whatever your problems, you can try to check it and copy the correct code that we have been using inside our e-commerce website. So there's a lot of features that we could add here inside our application. I'm planning to add also a search and filter. For example, to click if you click on this links, so for example customer service, then we will be redirected to that particular page. And also we could add a category right here, that if you click on that particular category, then it will display all the products under that category. And of course, guys, we already have added the footer from the previous tutorial, and you can enhance this. You can make use of this to add more links to your e-commerce website. So again, thank you for watching, guys, and thank you for following this video tutorial series, and see you in the next video.